friends, quick one here. The Subaru. I've been getting some codes recently, and one thing I saw was this PCV thing. Usually when it's free moving, you can hear it shake. I just pulled it out. It's a 19 mil. Use a deep socket. If you have a magnet, even better. But usually when this thing is working and you shake it, it should rattle. But you can hear it's not rattling, but I can feel like the little weight inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blast it. I have this air oil separator that's supposed to do something, but you know what? It's not doing what it's supposed to. So heads up. So I just blasted it with some like throttle body carb cleaner and some like really thick, gunky like oil stuff came out. But now you can hear it a little bit more. I'm going to degrease it a little bit more so that I can hear that rattle better. I think this is the culprit. See this stuff on the wall? That's the oil that came out of this when I was spraying it. Now you can hear it moving, right? Alright guys, check your PCV valve. This is a like an easy reliability thing that you can do. Just clean it out so that it doesn't, so it makes this sound. You know it's good. If it's not making that sound, it's clogged. So just spray some like, throttle body or some sort of cleaner in it. Let it dry and let's fingers crossed it's gonna be all good. Okay friends, I got a P0172. It's basically too rich. I noticed a symptom this morning, which was when I started the car, it was a heavy gasoline smell. So it's pumping too much gas in for how much air it thinks it's getting. And at idle, it says that I'm getting 4.9 to 5 grams per second of air. And we know that typically a proper MAF rating at idle is just under 3. So I kind of put it through its paces last night. And this morning I get this like super rich code. So I have a feeling I may have, adjusted the ECU to the point where, it's demanding that much. By the way, I was getting around, you won't believe me. To that, I think this car has been doing pretty good. Now it's all about reliability, right? So this little check engine light has been kind of a thorn. So we're gonna try to fix it. Reliability, that's what we're gonna try. That's what a daily is all about, right? What is the difference between me and you? Seeing through these filters. Recently I've been getting some codes. The rich code. Why? Above 4,000 RPM, this engine likes to shake. When it does, it shakes its intake tube. It also shakes the intake box. And this intake box, it's kind of loose around here. Like when I close it up with the filter in there, there's a tiny little gap right here. Right? You can kind of see it, right? And I think this jostling movement, vibration, opens up a tiny little gap right in this corner, and I think that's why there's a difference here. This OEM budget filter, because it only has like a felt liner here, I think there's like the temporary insanity of like 126 plus MAF readings. I think it's because of this seal here. It's tricking the engine to saying that you're consistently getting 136 grams per second through the mass airflow sensor. And what that's doing is it's saying, okay, you're getting that much air, I'm going to give you more fuel to balance out your air-fuel ratio. And because of that, it doesn't consistently get that air because of it seals and unseals, it seals and unseals, right? And now I'm throwing these rich codes because it's trying to give more fuel for the claimed air vacuum leak that you have. Now, the difference is that these aftermarket filters, or at least this one does, has a rubber seal around it. I think the filter media is probably, similar in terms of how much air can go through, but you're going to get a more consistent flow with this rubber seal, especially at high RPMs and the vibration. So that's my hypothesis, and I think that's actually going to be the case. We're going to see when we put the epoxy filter back in and seal up that box real good. No leaks. Inspired by this, I came up with another mod. Okay, because we're seeing this filter be so loose in the box, here's something to try. Bend these clips so that they have a little less length, and when you clip them on, it's like super solid. So, you know, coupled with the rubber seal around here, I think this is gonna keep the vacuum leak or the temporary bouts of insanity, you know, lessened. For now, you go back in the box until we need you again. We know about you and your not so great seal. Ideally, this airbox would be airtight, knowing that there's that corner piece that's a little bit loose there, even with the rubber seal behind it. I'm adding this extra little rubber bicycle tube and just kind of clamping it. This pushes the front of the filter against the back so that there's no air leak. And it also seals the box right here in case there's any air coming in from the side. A little bit extra, but you know why I'm here. So it would seem you can tell a lot about just your mass airflow reading. We know that at idle it should be around 2.5 to 3, and we can also tell your maximum potential engine horsepower by the highest value that your mass airflow sensor can read. So that's two things that you can know, a useful metric.